Hello everybody. Today we are working on our Vintage Circus Lapbook again. I'm Venus from Heart's Desire by Venus, and let's get to her. So last video let's see if that's in screen, we made these fins with these pockets all in here for adding ephemera cards and things like that, which we will do later. So today we are going to work on this part here. So when you open up your lap book, it's going to open like this, and then this will open up, and this is where we're going to work today. Boy, it's getting big and crowded on my desk. So that's what we're going to do. So I want to add quite a bit of interest there. So I have come up with a few things here. I have pre-prepped because, you know, trying to work out all the flips and flaps on camera, I don't want to take up all your time for that. So this is what I have come up with. And we're going to assemble it today. So this would be the base of it. And aren't these I'll talk about these printables, okay? So the links are down below, all these printables, but I am enjoying working with these kits. I do have 3 kits that I'm working with, as well as that Cirque du Soleil book. And I have to say, they blend well together. I love them. They're fantastic. I'm really enjoying working on this book. These pictures are amazing. So, okay, now back to it. Yes. So this would be the back. And then what I have decided is I want to have a flip up here. I'm not going to go into all the details as to what's on them yet. I'm just going to show you the mechanism here. And then on this front one, it's going to open this way. So in order to do all the matting and everything, I first have to attach the flips and the flaps. So these are just my links. My ideas here all joined with some paper clips so that I don't forget what I'm doing. And so I'm just going to take it right down to the base here. And I'm just keeping these all joined together. So here's my base page, which is going to go on that flap that I showed you. So this particular one is 8 7/8, and it is 5 3/4 across. So obviously this one is the same because this is going to be the flip up. I just put a 1/2 inch flap on there. Now I want this to be tucked away. So normally, you know, you would put it like this, but I don't want to see that. So I'm going to make it so it's going to go under here. And then when I secure this onto the cover, my mechanism will be hidden. So we're going to make sure we put the tape and the glue on the right spots. I don't know how many times I've done that the wrong way. So I'm just going to put a piece on here. And we're going to get a little bit of glue as usual, just for added security. Getting to the bottom of the bottle, getting goopy. Okay, so just glue that. So with this being the top part, and you know what? I did it again. I put the tape and everything on the wrong spot. Can I flip it? Yeah, I'll just flip it around and stick it on this way. And we're just going to, I find the easiest way is just to line it all up straight and then just fold it over. And that way it's right where you want it. So just going to adhere it there. So I guess I didn't really put it in the wrong spot. I was just outsmarting myself there. So then you'll have this flip here. And while I'm in here, because, you know, as much as I measure, and I swear I get it exactly the same, I don't always. So I'm just going to trim off that little bit that's sticking out on either side. All right. So there is our first flap. And then I'm going to take all this part off, this flap here, so I can show you the next one. That part there, that part there, that part there. And then for this top one, I want to be able to flip out this way. And so that I'm only going to secure to this flap here. And I'm going to secure it to the back side, because the back side here I have more matting going on, so I should cover it. Although it is printed coffee dyed, so you know, it kind of blends in. So make sure I'm going to put my tape on this side. Okay, we're going to secure it in there. Good. And a little bit of glue. Or a lot of glue. That one just oozed out a little bit. All right. So I'm just going to open this up. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line it up right where it needs to go, top to bottom. This is where the tape and the glue work great, because it gives you a little bit of movement here. And then once you press it down, you've got your secure part. And I'm just going to remove that extra dab of glue that's oozing out. And now just burnish it in here. So this page was the same as the base page, but with a 1/2 inch flap on the one side. Okay, so now make sure I got that glue there. This is my base right here. Yeah, sticking out a little bit. That's okay, it won't matter. Okay, so that is that. So you're gonna, when you open the flap, you'll have this, open it this way, then you'll have a flap up there, and that. So not too hard, we're doing pretty good. But on the front here, I wanted to add a little bit of, I wanted to have a little, I don't know what you call these things. Just moving on. I'm going to have 2 of these, and then I'm going to put an eyelet here, or a policy closure. That's what I think they're called. So I'm going to do those here on the front, and then that way we can slide in some stuff here on the front, then open it up and go. So I'm going to stick these down before I put the mat on, because I want to hide my stuff. So let's just tape them the way that would be. So that's going to go in like that, and that one would go like that. So I'm just going to tape these so that I don't forget which way is going where. Okay, so, but before I put them on, I'm going to want to put eyelets. Am I putting eyelets, or am I doing the... Yeah, I'm not doing... I will be doing brads. That's what I'm doing. Ooh. So I'm going to do my matting on the fronts first, so that when I do the matting on the back, it's going to be hidden by the back mat, all the parts that I assemble there. I'm having some speech problems today. My mind is going faster than my mouth can go, which I know my mom is probably laughing right now as I've said that, but it's true. All right, we're going to just center that in. And all I did is, you could just do a regular flap. I just took one of my nesting dies, slid it in 3/4 of the way, because I figured out how far I wanted this to go. Did it, and then I cut the mat with the next nesting size down. It's not too bad. I think it looks cute. So I'm going to do the thing on the top here. And I mean, like I said, you could do a rectangle, you could do a 1/2 circle, you could do whatever flap you want for this thing. I just thought that looked kind of like a circusy shape, if that makes any sense. I'm just kind of going with that vibe. All right, get this one on. Center it up the best I can. Burnish it in. Okay, so like I said, I want to have policy closures. So I guess I need, what do I need? I need a brad in circus colors. That I did not pull out. Let me just go grab my brads and then we'll figure out which ones are going to work for this project. I'll be right back. All right, so going into my stash, and I've got some orange brads, some red brads, and then I got some of these. I'm not sure. Ooh, those kind of, ooh, what do we think? That's a possibility. And I got green, say go. I've got a whole whack of these. I really feel I should be using these more often. I don't even know where I got them from. They're the cutest little fabric covered. Ooh, it's striped one. Not for here, but that's a good one for later in. Dig out your stash and see what you got. Got a few here, but too flashy. Oh, that one's kind of nice too, but maybe too flashy. I think these ones, I think I'm going to go with them. My first pick, I think, is the best way to go. But I'm going to leave these here so I remember to use them again somewhere else. So, and then I don't have to do the circle then, because these are big enough. I'll just make sure I put something, a spacer behind there. Which, where are my spacers? Do I have any here? I don't know what everybody else uses for spacers, but I usually have some jump rings, and I find that those make good spacers, but I'm not sure if I'm going to need it with these. No, we're going to wing it. So I'm going to figure out where I want this to go, and I'm not just going to punch like my usual, because then I'm always wonky. So I'm going to figure out, I want it, I don't know, right about there. So let's punch that hole out. Find my hole puncher. Okay, so I'll punch that hole out. I'm just using the 1/8 hole punch there. Oh, that's perfect. Now, I'm going to just double it up, match them up perfectly. See, look at this. I got smart this time. I'm going to make them so they're exactly in the same spot. It's only taken me, what, years to get this figured out. Perfect. So then I'll put the brad in there. But before that, let's see, I got red string or blue string. I think the blue string. It's just some baker's twine. I actually got it at the Gadget and More store near me. Funny enough, and I had it in all kinds of colors. So what do I need? 1, 2, 3 maybe. Just wing it here. I can always cut it shorter if I don't like it, but I do want to get. And so what I'm going to do, because I want the tail hidden on this, I'm going to just bring it up. Do that again, but hold it this time. I'm going to bring it up from the back so that I can hide this tail behind the matting on the back page, just to give it a little bit of extra. So I'm going to tape that down. Okay, pull it tight. So now when I put my brad in there, it should be secure enough. And my brad. Okay, now we'll do the brad on the top one. Now here's the other thing for the brads. Sometimes they move, and I don't like that. So what I have been starting to do is just take a piece of two-sided tape and lay it right over the brad. Press it all in, and I do that to both sides. So then when I do my mat on there, that area is secure and it's not twisting. I mean, if you want it to twist, by all means. But lots of times, you know, you set them in a certain way or they've got writing or something on them. You don't want them to move, and then I find they move. This is perfect. I didn't need a spacer because it's a padded fabric covered button there. It seems to have enough space. So perfect. Now I'm just going to mat the back of each of these. Now that I've got my stuff hidden, I'm just going to peel them off, and I've already pre-stuck the tape on for those. I just had my poker stick. So now I'm just going to peel it off, the tape off of the baker's twine and off the brad, off my matting piece. And I'm going to add my glue in here. And I find definitely with brads, it's best to have extra glue in there as well. So let's mat this one up, center it in. And I know it's hard to burnish it when you've got that stuff on, so I usually just flip it over and burnish it from this side, and that usually gets it right on through. Perfect. So there's that one done, and we'll just do this one. I'm so excited. I'm filming this, and then when I'm done filming this, I'm going to the first Christmas market, craft market of the season. I'm not in it this year. I don't have enough product to put in there, but I have a lot of crafty friends who are there. Plus, I love going and getting all my Christmas shopping done at these things, because the day of release of this, I'm not sure when I'm going to be, but this is like November 18th. So for me, this is like, woohoo, just the last little bit before Christmas as far as I'm concerned. So I get a lot of my stocking stuffers from the people at the crafty markets and whatever things they've got. And sometimes I might even get something for me, but I just love going to them. So I'm super excited. It's the first one of the season. I try and hit as many as possible and buy as much from the local craftsmen. They support me and I like to support them. So that's what I'm doing after this. And so I thought I better get a film in first. Okay, so when I secure those in, that's where they're going to go. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we can mat this top page. Now I'm not going to glue this one because I'm going to put a mat in over top of it. So I don't feel I'm going to need to glue it, but I am going to center it right at the top here. Burnish it in. Yes, I put tape on this side too. Not sure why. I'm sure it'll come to me. And I did the same thing on this one. Oh, because, you know, I'd already pre-taped it, but that's all right. It'll be extra sticky for when I put the mat on. All right, let's get this one centered in the bottom here. That looks good. We'll burnish it on. In the world of creativity, there's no mistakes. It's just opportunities to do something different. Let's see how that works. That is perfect. So that's good because that's going to allow me to load that up. That's good. So let's put the mat on that goes underneath now. Oh, I'm super happy with that. So this is the mat that I'm putting here. Ah, see, now that's going to stick out a bit. Can I peel that back off? Yeah, some days I can pre-plan all I want, and I just don't seem to do a good enough job on that. So I'm just going to, this is where if you had one of those sticky erasers, would be good. I'm just peeling it back a bit so it's going to be covered by my mat. You know, those, I've seen them before. I've seen other people use them. They're like yellowy erasers that it can apparently rub off your adhesive with, extra adhesive, or I'm sure, I wonder if it would work for this application. I don't know. I may have to look into it. So I'm just basically, I'm rubbing my thumbnail, rolling down that tape because I just put it on so it's not totally adhered yet. Pushing it down into the zone of where it will be covered by my mat. I think that's good. Okay, so I'm just going to have to do the same thing for the top. Just no big deal. Just push it all back. Just to work in it. I only was matting like about a quarter of an inch away from the edge, so that's not bad, just pushing it in. My thumbnail actually works better than anything else. Let's see, will that be just a little bit more on this side? Well, and I know I could edit this out, but honestly, it's good for you to see mistakes. I learn because most likely the mistake you might make is the mistake I will probably make as well. So let's see. Yeah, that's going to cover most of that up. So what I've done is I've taken this image, I've fussy cut it all around the edge to make it look ragged, put it onto some coffee dyed paper, stitched around it. I just love this image. And taped it up. So I'm going to just put this mat in here now. I guess I can put it down here. It's not touching tape. Get all this peeled up. I prepped this all the other day and I was thinking I was so smart. It was just going to go nice and smooth. I did not factor in myself for doing this stuff. All right, so this one I'm definitely going to glue because like I said, we were not gluing the flaps at the top because we were going to be matting over. So I definitely want to make sure that we have got lots of glue on there and make sure I've got it matched the right way. Which way? Yep, the flap's going up. This is the right way. Center that on there. Perfect. Burnish it on. And then if I've got any of that sticky glue sticking out, which I have a little bit there, I just rub it right off. Perfect. There, so then it looks like this, and then when you stuff it full, it'll be covered. Perfect. So then now we can mat the back. And I've got time still, so we're good. So on the back side, I decided I was going to do a couple of flaps here. So here's my main mat, and what I did was out of one of the kits, they had these little square pockets. So what I did is I cut the pocket out and matted it onto some coffee dyed paper, and then they had these little, get my piece of paper. They had these little triangle ones in another kit. So I put those on the back and stitched around. So now it's a flap with 2 pockets in the front and 2 little corner pockets in the back, which I think is kind of cute. So we're going to put these on here. before I do the mat, so it's hiding everything. This time I'm going to do it the proper way. Tape goes here. And again, I'm not going to glue it because we're going to glue the mat down. So I just want this to be just slightly up from the bottom, but not going over the fold. So there we go. Just burnish it in place. Same thing with this one. It's going to go like that. So we'll put the tape here. Burnish it in, stick it on, and we're just going to make sure it comes slightly down from the top as well. Hold it over to make sure I'm hitting there. Perfect. Secure that in place. And because I got a little bit of white showing, I'm just going to get in there with my distressing ink. Take that away, and same on this side. Okay, that helps. So then that is ready to go in, and I thought, you know, you could put something behind the flaps as well. You got 2 pockets on each, so we're just going to make sure that that's secure there, and we're going to just tape this up and glue this one right in as well. Just watching my time today. I do like to keep these short for you guys. So we'll probably just do this one today, and then on the next video we will do the inside parts of this setup. I haven't, my camera only allows me to do about 30 minutes of a video at a time. I think I have to upgrade to a new camera phone to get a little more length in. I mean, I do like doing the shorter ones because that way you can just have a quick cup of coffee and watch, and it's all good. But sometimes like this, I would like to just get a little longer video in. And so if you've got any recommendations, if you do your own videos, please put them in the comments below of whatever type of camera foam you use for videoing. I'd be interested to hear what other people are using and what they think works best for them. As well as if you're following along on this series, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Really helps out my channel, and I really enjoy doing these. So, you know, leave any feedback you've got down there. And don't be afraid to check out the links I put there for this circus paper. There is some amazing paper, and if you were thinking like this would be good for a kid's birthday journal or just an all-around journal, I think. I just love these papers. So again, because there's so much bulk on the other side, I'm just going to flip it over and burnish from this side, and that usually makes sure I've got everything in there nice and secure. So perfect. So we've got that flap there, and then that's the front there. So next video I will concentrate on the flip up flap. All right, so that's a good start, and I will see you again with the next video, and hopefully you have a great day. Don't forget, hit those local craft markets. You support the local vendors. It's a great way to help out people in your community. Have a great day.